Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Wabash County Board of Commissioners meeting for February 2nd, 2026. First item on the agenda is a review of the minutes from our January 20th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those the same. Motion carries 3-0. Under new business, first on the agenda is Cheryl Evenson Miller moving service estimate for approval to move the election.
Morning. Okay. That time of year again, when you just think about moving all the voting equipment and everything. Well, last year we had done Geyer the Mover, which they had done a great job, very professional, had no problems. Well, I reached out to them this year and they've actually downsized, so that's not an option. And we're required to have the voting equipment moved by either the county election board, a bipartisan team, or a commercial delivery entity. Being that we have so many machines on election day, I mean, we could have up to 60 machines, weigh about 50 pounds apiece, about 63 inches long. It's hard to fit that many machines in a small vehicle, so we have to get a moving company basically. So last year I also reached out to Miller Moving Service in addition to Geyer. Well, Geyer was a little bit cheaper, so then we went with them. But that's not an option this year, so I reached back out to Miller Moving Service and I obtained an estimate. And they seem, the guy seemed real professional and everything as well. So I did receive an estimate for both the primary and the general election, which wasn't a whole lot more than what Geyer had offered last year, but basically where we're at.
I said he's probably have to be certain people to move these machines. I would guess we couldn't elicit you all to do it. We have to get somebody.
Yeah, it has to be like a delivery company or bipartisan team, and and being that they're big, heavy and bulky, it's really hard just to get a couple individuals and have that much space in their vehicle to move that. Now on the early election days, I have a couple guys that I have have them do it. Because it's not as many machines, and this is 7 vote centers, so it requires delivering the day before, putting in a secure location, picking up the day after, after they're secured and bringing them back and handling all the paperwork. And so it's a process, and then I also have a contract that we had used, Mark Brands, I believe, drew it up the last time, so I made some notes on it. I'll hand it over to him if you guys approve the estimate for their review.
Anything else, commissioners, questions? Questions from the audience? No.
I'll move that we move the estimate for moving the election voting machines.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, a second to approve the estimate for Miller Moving Service. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries 3-0.
Thanks.
I've signed it as well.
Okay. Thank you.
She might be that estimate for the election itself.
And I just
You
need
know,
some.
she gets says that too, so.
Okay.
Next on the agenda is the reappointment of the redevelopment commission members, Todd Minnick, myself, and Shelley Bacco.
I'll make a motion for the reappointment of the redevelopment commission.
Second.
Any questions from the audience? I have a motion and a second to reappoint to the redevelopment commission. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those the same. Motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda is D&E change order. for the amount of $9,950. And Deanie's the one that's working on the new health department down at the old jail. I'll let Cheryl's got the estimate.
So it's $9,950. There were several things, so where they took out the old floor, where they took out the old cells. Where they took out walls that became doorways, different things like that. There were some unlevelnesses of floors where they've had to add, leveling compound and then to prep for carpet and, the laminate flooring. They have to grind things down to make it smooth so that everything will look nice. There were also some pipes remaining in the floor after everything was removed that either ran conduit through it, or maybe it was a bathroom shower or something like that, so they've cleaned that up. Leveled those off, sealed those up, some walls that were changed out where we was gonna put drywall. It now is blocked because the contractor had a subcontractor to do masonry work, which is much nicer because it will be a more solid surface rather than drywall. There was a wall that the architect missed that needed drywall and steel studs. So there were several little things that needed to be taken care of. The project is going on quite well. We're hoping to be carpeted probably around the first part of March. So move-in will be at least probably in this first quarter. And those are those change orders to finish the project. Any questions?
No, I'll leave you for the estimate.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, a second, to approve the change order for D&E down to the health department and for $9,950. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries 3-0. Next on the agenda, which is not on your guys' list, but Ben Ferry for end of the year report for transit.
Thank you for adding me here. So the last invoice that goes to NDOT for the 2025 contract period will be $48,263. And that will go to the county as a pass-through and then come to us. I've let Tyler know, but I want to let everyone know that we've had to go down to 4 days again because we had very sudden illness with a driver, so unexpected. So we don't know that status, but we're trying to, we're doing everything we can to figure out who, find drivers. We're trying to find really good drivers. The challenge is that most people don't realize it has to pass the fitness for duty that the state has set. So it's similar to a CDL license, but it's not a CDL license, but that's the fitness for duty and it's rigorous. And then it's a medication thing, and certain medications, if you take it daily or at all, or have a prescription for something, you're turned down immediately. So it does reduce who can do it. Plus, you want somebody with a heart for service, and you want someone who is an excellent driver and will take care of people. So it does make a challenge. And we did raise the starting rate to $15 an hour. We've been raising it gradually. It had been 12, but to compete, we had to raise it to 15. Any questions? Okay. Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda is Alex Downer for Daniel's Place.
Morning, thank you all. Refresh for the Daniels Place project, one of the Stellar Pathways projects. The county is serving as the recipient of that. Today, there's 2 items. The first is a conditional approval pending obviously Mark's review, but then for the construction contract, the low bid, we opened those about a month ago, I believe. At the commissioner meeting, Hamilton Hunter is the low bid, that MKM Architecture and Design reviewed the scope, and Mike Kleinpeter is a certified grant administrator to make sure they had all the necessary paperwork in line. The contingent approval is not just of Mark's review, but then also of a grant award from the Office of Community Rural Affairs. We're waiting on one piece of an award letter from United Ways, which is $950,000 of the overall project capital stack. So until we get that award letter, which has been approved, we're just waiting on the official letter from them. Then Okra will approve that then allows the construction contract to be fully executed. So the contingent approval again would just be on Mark's revision or review, and then the grant award from the Office of Community Rural Affairs. So that's the first item.
Who was the contractor again?
Hamilton Hunter out of Fort Wayne. Just a little bit, I think we had 4 total.
Do you remember what that bid was by chance?
2,000,000, Connor's got him here in a second. 2.7 million, I believe, maybe,
Yes, 2.7.
2.7. That's the first item, and then I just have one other thing.
We wanna entertain a motion for subject to review.
Subject to review. I'll make that motion.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve Hamilton Hunter as the contractor for Daniel's Place, subject to review from our attorney, Mark. Any questions from the crowd?
And Okra.
And there's a lot of steps, it sounds
Well, I'm
like.
sorry,
There's
and
no house to
Okra's
go through.
award, correct.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries 3-0 on that matter.
Thank you. And then the only other thing is the subrecipient agreement, which Daniel's Place is the subrecipient, to you all for the project. Is Mark seeing the subrecipient agreement yet? Maybe.
He didn't see the email.
So also pending Mark's review, then the subrecipient agreement, which simply just allows Daniel's Place as the owner of the project on your behalf because the county is the sponsor. My copy to the grant administrators reviewed and provided that, and then pending Mark's review of that. I think that's the last matter.
We'll make sure I actually sent the email. That's what I'm saying.
Do we need to approve that too for the?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve the subrecipient of Daniel's Place
Second.
upon approval.
Motion and a second for Daniel's Place to be a subrecipient pending Mark's review. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries 3-0.
Awesome. I think that's it. Construction, they're set to start demo in a couple weeks of the existing building, obviously weather dependent, and then start moving dirt in March is the plan.
Do they think they're gonna finish in this school year? Well, July.
Yeah, they should be done this year in 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next on agenda, department reports, county highway superintendent.
I don't have anything to report at this time, unless you got a question.
Nope, you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. County sheriff.
Ocean purchase. So I'll be my kind if you want to.
I appreciate that.
It's 33 places. Okay. They're all, those 3 or 3 each for a separate vehicle, but I'll explain here just real quick. Just a few things this morning. We do have monthly report for January, which is labeled as December because I was unable to print this morning, had to retype it twice and then forward the email and had somebody else print it. So this is January's, it just says December.
They're all different quotes.
It's 3 separate vehicles.
Right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Like I said, I'll explain here in a second.
Yep.
Monthly stats though for January 2026. Average total prisoner count was 126 inmates. 30 of those were female. 94 were male, which is not accurate because that does not equal 126. So I'll have to talk to my court guy about that. Number of prisoners booked into jail. Total number booked into jail during January 79. Level 6 sentenced females 5, level 6 sentenced males 10. Total 19 prisoner transports. 8 males were transported to Indiana Department of Corrections, 0 females. We collected DNA from 36 felons during that time that were arrested, and 1 set of misdemeanor fingerprints were obtained by order of the court. We do have 1 inmate housed outside of the county. It's not due to overcrowding, but I did not get clarification on what the circumstances were. Any questions regarding the monthly report? Okay, the vehicle situation, we are seeking to purchase 3 new vehicles. So we're asking for permission. We do have the money within the budget. Sheriff Baker plans on talking to the bank to decide whether we want to lease or buy outright. But we're just seeking permission to purchase. Again, the money's there. It's 3 Durangos. One is a 2025, so there's a price differential slightly less for that at 43,531.50. And then the other 2 are both 2026s, and those come in at 44,256.50. Essentially, we have a couple Chargers that are at like 170 plus on mileage, and then another high mileage vehicle, so we're just ready to try to move those on.
Are these outfitted or we still have to outfit them as well?
That's just straight up price. It does not include outfitting.
Maybe with John Jones, is it John Jones?
Yeah,
They can do all that there too, can't they?
they do. We typically use
Cops gear?
cops gear, because if we have issue, John Jones is about 3 hours away.
Yeah,
So if we have issues like with the equipment after it's installed, that's a trip to go down there.
Yeah.
Cops gear is more logical,
Yeah.
logistically, so. I believe that's all I have this morning. What's there a question?
do we need a motion for that?
Yes, please, to pay it out of the budget.
So moved.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, a second. Any other questions, conversation? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries 3-0. Purchase new cars, John Jones.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Tyler. County attorney,
I have nothing.
county coordinator, HR director.
Okay, the first thing that I have is, back in 2024, there was a contract signed with Corson Fire and Security for the new jail. We had done it was a 2-year contract at that time, and we had done the fire sprinkler system to be inspected once per year. The fire marshal has since came in and has looked at it and said, per Indiana code, that is not acceptable. It needs to be inspected quarterly. So I have basically an amendment to this agreement saying for the fire sprinkler system that it will be inspected 4 times a year. There is an additional cost for that, and that difference is $1,894, but it does keep us compliant with the state fire marshal.
I was gonna ask you, sir, when you talked just about, did they change the code on that?
Gregory,
Yes.
I was wanting to know if they changed the code.
Change the code.
Was it always been quarterly? We
Yes.
just
Yes,
missed that one.
yeah, that was my fault, cause when they talked to us to begin with, I was trying to be conservative on money, so I told them just do it annually.
Gotcha. Code says quarterly. Got it. Yeah. Entertain a motion for the Corson contract.
So moved.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, a second for the Corson contract to do the jail quarterly instead of annually. Any other conversation?
Just the fire sprinkler
Just the
system.
fire sprinkler system.
Yeah.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries 3-0.
The next thing that I have is a contract with Joan, or not a contract, estimate for Jones Contracting. This is in the amount of $33,981.66. This is to replace the HVAC system that runs the assessor's office. The last 3 or 4 days, the assessor's office really hasn't been working, and it's been leaking Freon in the past. So I talked to Shelley. Shelley said this is budgeted already.
Are we getting close to?
Do we have a
all of
list?
them, or-
Do we have a
Greg is
list?
supposed to be compiling me a
I
list.
just feel like
Yeah.
I feel like for about a year now, we've done something every month with the HVAC system. And what we have, 60 or something like crazy.
68 is the number off the top of my head,
Crazy
but
number.
it's like,
Okay,
mm,
I mean,
So he's making a list. for
yeah,
you.
yeah, I know. you guys-
He's like Santa Claus, he's still making that list.
Yeah, I get it. So,
I got you.
yeah, entertain a motion to approve the estimate from Jones.
I'll move we approve the estimate from Jones on the HVA system.
I would really like to see a second quotes on these. I know we're on a time constraint. I'll second that.
So I have a motion, a second to approve Jones to replace HVAC in the assessor's office. Any other comments, conversation? Okay, voted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those the same, motion carries 3-0.
The next thing I have is just to let you know that I had two rental agreements for 808 Manchester Avenue. One actually took place on January 31st, and the next one is for April 11th.
Do they specify in there what they're doing, or they just?
They do specify what they're doing. So one's a birthday party. The 31st was a birthday party, and the April 11th is baby shower.
I don't think we need motion on those, do we?
I don't
She
think
just-
so. They just need to sign, you need to sign them, so I need to tell you that they're there.
I know you're thinking there for a second.
I mean, it's
It never
contract,
hurts.
so
I'll make a motion to approve the one for the 31st and April
11th.
Second.
I have a motion second to approve to use 808 Manchester Avenue. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries 3-0.
Okay, so do I need to bring this up if it's a county employee or a county entity that's using it?
are they, I mean. No, if it's not a contract with a third party, then no.
Okay. It's gonna say, hang on, I got a list.
I was gonna say, I know we had some stuff to do with like their caucus and all that there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. All right, next on agenda, county auditor.
I have your accounts payable claims and allowances for dockets ending 1/26 and 2/2 for your review and approval.
I'll make a motion to accept the commissioner's claims.
Second.
I have a motion second for approval of accounts payable claims and allowances for dock ending 1/26 and 2/2 of 2026. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those the same, motion carries 3-0.
I have the payroll claims allowances, including the withholdings for pay period ending January 17th, 2026 for your review and approval.
Make a motion to accept the payroll claims and allowances and withholdings for the period ending of 1/17/2026.
Second.
Motion second to accept payroll claims, allowances and withholdings for pay period ending 1/17/2026. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those the same, motion carries 3-0.
And last, I have the February lit distribution for the amount of 1,411,943.16 for your approval. It'll go out to all the taxing units.
Make a motion for February late distribution of $1,411,943 to the taxing units.
Second. Have a motion, and a second for the February lit distribution. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries 3-0. There's nothing under old business. Is there any ADA or Title VI concerns that need to come before the board of commissioners? Let the record reflect there were none. Review items up here, there are 2 IDEM permit applications. One's for Midwest Poultry and the other one is for the city of Wabash. And then we have received 15 more letters for support of carbon capture and sequestration. We've received 15 more letters opposed to it. And those are up here for review as well. There's nothing else to be brought before us today. I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. Motion is second for adjournment. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries 3-0. We're adjourned.